All right, welcome, gang. It's great to be with everyone here today. We've made it through another couple weeks together. It's great to be here on Webinar Wednesday. I want to say hi to a few familiar names and faces out there. Mark, good to see you. Olga, always good to see you. Always great questions from Olga. Some new names here, Travis, Nelson, and Camry. Good to see you here in the webinar. We're going to give everyone just a moment to log in. So grab a bag of popcorn, glass of water, cup of coffee. We'll begin in just a moment. All right, guys, let's dive right into it. Welcome to another edition of Webinar Wednesday. It is really great to be with everyone here today. We've got a lot to cover. If this is your first time joining us, welcome. I'm Jason there on the left, and we're lucky to be joined by David Rockland, the digital strategist here at Brilliant Directories. David, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey everybody, glad to be back with you for Webinar Wednesday number 110. We got a great tip of the week coming up that should hopefully get some of the creative juices flowing for all you guys.
And a quick note, we are streaming live on YouTube as well, is that correct?
Yep, from here on out, the last few webinars, we were also live on YouTube, but we are live on YouTube again this week. For those of you joining us on YouTube, at the end of the webinar, as always, we'll have a little Q&A session. Feel free to type in your questions into the live chat there. But if you did want to have the chance for us to unmute your microphone so you can ask us a question that way, you'll want to join us on GoToWebinar for the next webinar. So I'll go ahead and post the registration link in the YouTube chat there for you.
Also, a quick note about the webinars. One is because it's on YouTube Live, a replay is immediately available on YouTube if you wanted to just recap anything that we went over today. And then also, we were a little behind this year, but we've done a great job. Big shout out to David especially. We have all the updated webinars in our blog section up till the last one, Webinar Wednesday 109. I'll just post a link here. And also we've segmented out the tips of the week. And joining us today also as an attendee is Ryan. We did have a great presentation by Ryan Sullivan here. You could find it talks about monetizing your directory. So I'm just going to put a link to the blog in the chat here for everyone. All right, and I always like to mention just quickly, if you're not already part of our Facebook group, it's a great way to keep the conversations going in between Webinar Wednesdays. You can head on over to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. It's a great place to get feedback on your website, ask questions, really constructive and productive discussions in there. So if you're not already a part of that group, we do invite you to join. Just go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook. And for those of you joining us for the first time, welcome to the BD family. A little bit about Webinar Wednesday. It really is a time and place where we can not only show you some of the new built-in features in the platform, but highlight some of the more noteworthy features that can help you grow your community. Some things that we like to talk about are how to increase traffic. Converting visitors to members is our big topics that we talk about in Webinar Wednesdays. And one of my favorites is improving and simplifying your website's flow and navigation. So if you have any questions on these topics or anything about your BD site, please save them. We will do our best to get to as many questions as possible in this webinar. All right, we do have quite a few BD Lab updates to share. The team is always working tirelessly. Shout out to the BD Dev team and the support team, and also to you guys. Your feedback and your suggestions, feature suggestions, are what pushing the platform, the new features in the platform. So thank you to you guys. Some new changes I'd like to cover. The form manager has undergone a small overhaul, and there are still a few more things coming down the pipeline for the form manager. Most notably, now there is a form preview. When you do save your changes, you can get a quick preview of the form you just saved. And also there's a keyword filter when you're editing a form. So if you're looking for a specific form field, you can find it a bit quicker here, and I'll show you some of these form updates now in the admin area. So here we are in the dashboard, and these updates are in the form manager section. And actually, in a previous webinar, we did talk about exit surveys. I'll go ahead and I will edit this form here. It was a custom survey we created for members who are potentially canceling, but a few things we can see right off the bat. We can see right on the right there, there is a preview of the form, which is basically an extrapolation of the fields we have on the left side here. None of the inputs are selectable because it's just a preview, so they are disabled, but it does show you kind of what your form looks like. And there is now a search filter up here. So if you're looking for a field, because sometimes forms could be rather long with lots of fields, let's try to find this field. Why are you thinking about canceling? So I could just type, why are you? And here it is right here. Here's the multiple choice radios. Why are you thinking about canceling? So it makes it a little bit easier and quicker to find a field and edit it. And let me just show you the preview. So let's just change this to canceling from our website. So right now, you'll see the updates after you save the changes. And the page will reload. So now it says, why are you thinking about canceling from our website? In a phase 2, we'll be working on kind of hoping to make this dynamic, so as you make changes, but I think in the meantime, this is a good phase 1, is to just see the form you're working on here. And that is the filter. And also up here, you also have a copy shortcode button. So if you click that button, you get a pop-up copy to clipboard. What this does is you can go to one of your web pages in the web page builder. If you're creating a custom landing page, you can copy that to the clipboard, and basically what that has copied is the shortcode for the form. So form equals exit survey. This is all I would need to input or paste into my web page builder to add this form to a landing page. So quick way to get the shortcode there. And also there have been some updates to the edit form settings. So the first thing is the first tab here, some small modifications, submission settings. So basically what happens after the form is submitted. You can have a few options here. You can display some success pop-up messages or a simple alert, or you can redirect them to another page. These other two down here are actually when the member is saving their information within their member dashboard. So for landing pages and custom forms we're creating, these three are probably going to be the ones that we're going to focus on. And then of course, what's cool are the email notifications. You can email the person after they submit the form. You could say yes or no, and then you can choose a custom email template that relates to the form that was just filled out. And what's also cool is you have emails that you can send as admin notifications. So if you want to notify you or your staff that a form was filled out, you can enable this and choose a custom template. You know, this form was filled out and you guys can do actions. And what's really cool is you can add additional email addresses here that can be notified. So if you have staff members or team members who should also be notified when maybe this application or event registration form is filled out, you can fill that out. You can enter those email addresses here. And then for developers out there, I don't need to get into all this, but there are some advanced developer tools and settings here, but most of the time, 90% of us won't need to worry about these. So good stuff with the form previewer, and more stuff with forms coming soon, just to kind of make the workflows of the UI even a bit more improved. Okay, last webinar, we announced some big news. The community comments add-on is available for everyone. And in addition to that, we had released a new post type called discussions. People are already using that discussions post type and repurposing it as like a questions and answers area on their site. And with the community comments, people are asking questions and leaving answers as their comments. So in the previous webinar, we had released a phase 1, but we didn't have the streaming option to show your discussions on the homepage, just like your other streaming sections that you have. But now you can have this on the homepage. Let me show you where that is. All right, so actually 2 things with regards to the discussions. You can have a search module for the discussions in the header of the site, top of the site there. It's right here, discussion search. That will specifically search the discussions on your site. If that's a main focus of your site, you may want to add that to your header search. And on your homepage, if you want to stream your recent discussions, you can come down here and under Enable Additional Sections, select the content you want to display. And I'll just add a new section here. And we'll see that streaming discussions is an option here. So it worked just like everything else. I think the closest existing post type that was in the system by default was like the member articles, the community articles your members would contribute. So that would be like most closely resemble what discussions are, but just kind of repurposing that to be specifically for like forum discussions or questions and answer discussions. So this is available here for now. I know Mike in the Facebook group was asking about that earlier this week. All right, next one here, with regard to the text editor, you now have an explicit setting where you can choose to hide images on mobile. So sometimes when you're building out a landing page, images can take up a lot of space. You may not want to show those in the mobile experience. So let me show you where that setting is. If we go to My Content and Web Page Builder, and I'll actually just create a new page. And we'll give it we'll just call it mobile view as the URL as a test. And do the same thing here. And I'll just drag one of the content blocks here. Here, text with image right. So here's an image. And if you don't know about the images, you do have some settings here. You can choose the size that you want them to be. You can add captions under images, turn off captions. You can link images if you need to. But this setting here is under the star icon. It's kind of like specialty settings. There's now hide on mobile. So if we select that, and we'll see it stays highlighted here, and I'll go ahead and save the changes. And we can visit the page. Okay, great. So this is the desktop view. I'll toggle on my Firefox browser a mobile view. A little smaller there, and we can see that it is gone now. So again, just depending on how important images are to show on very valuable real estate on a mobile device, because people are scrolling, it's not as big as a desktop screen, you can now choose to hide images on mobile. And if you want to just remove that, you can just uncheck it and it won't be selected anymore. All right, this next one is the ability to, we've just created draggable blocks when you're building your email templates. And actually the email templates and newsletters are things that are going to get overhauls in the next coming weeks. This is just the first taste of what's to come. I can show you this here, guys. If we go to email templates, and this is more of a convenience just to provide you guys with some pre-made blocks when you're building out your email templates to send newsletters and whatnot. So here's a blank canvas, and on the right-hand side here, it's just 4 simple blocks. There's text with image right, and of course you can swap out the images with the image you need on your site. Text with image left. This is a nice one. It's a 2-column feature list, so You can add showcase 2 things there. You can put 2 in a row if you needed to. So you can have, just depending on how you want to format your email templates. And then lastly, there's a 3-column feature list. I think 3 is kind of the most we can go on an email. If you needed to or wanted to, you could always click and add a column. You can insert column before or after. And then, of course, you can slide them as needed. These images are just taking up a little too much space here, but this can help make it easier when you're building out your newsletters. So all you should really need to do in most cases is just swap out the title text and images and paragraph text with what you want to say to your community. So good stuff there. Some items that are coming soon, some of these are kind of fun. There will be a new design setting. If you want to have the images in your posts, like blog posts, pop up on the screen, and I can actually show you an example of what that would look like. So it will be a design setting that you can activate and turn on. So here's a sample blog post. And there's always the feature image. This is a puny one, a tiny one, but you might add additional images within your blog posts. So with this setting enabled, you can make the images clickable, and it will enlarge them if they're clicked on. So that will be a setting coming soon, and it will just apply to your posts. So like blog posts, events, jobs, and you just choose. It's more of a convenience thing if you want to make it easier for users to kind of see images on within your posts. Some more updates. We are working to improve Google page speed scores and optimizing them for all BD websites. So you guys wouldn't need to worry about anything. This will just happen in the background, but we want to help tick the needle on the Google page speed score. So we're looking at optimizations in the next few weeks. This one's a pretty big one, the ability to create smart lists from the records in your forms inbox. And let me show you what I'm referring to here. I don't have an example, but I could show you where that will be. You guys may be familiar with the ability to create smart lists from your member searches and then email them in newsletters, the specific smart list you create. So if you wanted to create a smart list of your active California members who joined in December, you can create a smart list of those members, of those people. So what we're going to be doing is having similar abilities to create smart lists from your forms inbox. And what you can do is you can filter by form. So all the people who have filled out, for example, your exit survey. And you can find all these people. Right now, you can export all these inquiries, and soon you'll be able to create a saved smart list and then email those people in the send newsletter area under the email section. So it's going to be really cool where you can segment people and send more targeted newsletters to people who have engaged your site based on the forms inbox information. We're also working to improve the workflow if you're matching leads with your members. Some people don't use this feature on their BD site, but a lot of people, their whole business model depends on it. We're just going to be improving the UI and the workflow when matching leads in the admin area. I have a small screenshot of what it's going to look like. It's just going to be a little more compact, a little more streamlined. Right now, it's a little cluttered and bulky, so this should make it easier to find your information and also find suggested matches for a specific lead that comes through your system. And as I mentioned, better UI to create newsletters and view statistics. And eventually we want to go to creating smart lists based on email newsletter statistics. So if you want to create a saved smart list of people who opened or clicked on a link in one of your newsletters, that is the direction that we're going in. I'd say we're a couple months out from that happening, but that is the direction that we're headed in. And of course, just ongoing updates to the admin area as well. So this is just in the last 2 weeks, but the team is certainly busy making updates to these. So before we move on, I'm going to lower everyone's hands. I saw some people raise their hands. If you have any questions, not specifically about your site, but about any of these updates, would love to take a question or two and answer some questions about these updates. All right, let's see here. Adam, good friend Adam here from the UK. Looks like your hand is up and you're self-muted on your end, Adam. All right, we will come back to you, Adam. Looks like you're self-muted there. Let's see, one more person has their hand up. Here we go, Rich, good friend Rich. Looks like you're self-muted as well, Rich.
Hey, Jason.
How are you today?
Great. Question on the workflow for matching leads with members. So we've had, right now we're kind of manually doing that just to kind of monitor, activity on the site. And we had a couple of recent members getting matched, and I selected a pretty good group number, maybe like 20 or 30 or more matches. And I don't know if maybe my settings was set to like minimum, but like I got, as an admin person, I got like an email confirmation about, half a dozen, but I didn't get the rest of them. So I'm not sure if it's a setting either on our site, and also we had two people, I think it's more just, our terminology, but they weren't sure if they were being matched to a podcaster or to a guest, but so I don't know if it's the way we have our language in our form, or any best practices ideas, on that.
Sure. Good question there. I could show you real quick regarding the emails that the admin is getting. That would be under your lead settings. Let me go to this has the auto match workflows here.
Yeah, like I said, we did get a 6 of them or so, or a handful, but we didn't. I don't know why we wouldn't get the rest of them if we matched like 20 or 30 people. Maybe the other ones, were being viewed as matched, but maybe they didn't get matched. I'm not sure.
Gotcha. So you should just double check here the copy admin on this email in these tabs here. And then I couldn't check exactly on your side on what happened in those cases, but if you wanted to email the support team and let them know what the lead ID is and what you were expecting to happen as far as notifications to the admin, to you guys, they can look into that a little deeper. And with regards to the best practices, generally, the people, you have podcasters and you have guests, right?
Yeah, like speakers and authors that get, to be booked on a podcast.
Yeah, generally it's guests contacting the podcasters, right?
A little vice versa, because podcasters are also seeking a guest. Like if I want to interview you, on my podcast, then it'd be kind of the reverse of that.
You may want to you might want to customize your get matched form.
Okay.
The website get matched form here. Search for website get matched. I'll send this in here, and you can add a field that says like best describes you, and maybe add 3 or 4 options for who that person is, and make that probably public in the lead preview. The best describes you, so the podcaster knows like who this person is that's kind of reaching out to them. So I would add a best describes you drop down field to the website get matched form.
Okay, cool. So with those updates, it's like you said, it's going to be more just like workflow or appearance, but no major overhauls as far as the matching leads with members.
It's more going to be UI, but hopefully with the more intuitiveness, it's going to reduce any user error or confusion with the cues that you're seeing there. So it should give you a bit more confidence in when you're clicking around in those areas.
Okay, yeah, it works great. There's just a couple of people might have been a little misunderstanding, but cool. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks.
All right, thank you, Rich. Good stuff there, and good to hear that his site's getting leads for his members. All right, let's try Adam one more time. He's trying to raise his hand here. Adam, it looks like you're self-muted on your end. There we go.
Hello.
How's it going, Adam?
Yeah. How you doing? You all right?
Good, yeah.
So this is similar. It was a problem I found the other day. If you go to Forms inbox.
All right.
So on my approved roofers, I've sort of made a custom form become an approved roofer where they would fill in a form, and then it would come here. So see here, you've got these account promote, verify, blah blah blah. A lot of mine are filled in a form where they're asked to become an approved roofer. Is there a way that I can send them like an email template rather than clicking reply on each individual one? How can I send all of them in a group one?
So that's exactly why we're going to be creating the smart list here,
Okay.
so that you can create a smart list, and then when you're scheduling a newsletter, Adam, let's do it together real quick. You can select from the smart list to include in the email newsletter. So that's the bridge we're trying to gap with that update.
I understand. Okay, so that's in the process.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
All right, thanks, Adam. Yeah, good question there. That's exactly a perfect use case for that update. All right, let's move on to the tip of the week. David and I were powwowing earlier today on some topics, and we both landed on some kind of topic about how to encourage your members to contribute content to your site. And if it's okay with you, if I pass it over to you, David, you came up with a really clever topic for today: how to turn your regular members into top contributors to the website.
Yeah, with some of the previous tips of the weeks that we've done, we've covered a lot about the member sign-up process, reducing friction, member cancellations also. So we figured we would do a tip of the week that would touch a little bit on how to encourage some engagement with your members and help to retain them as well. So what we'll be touching on in this tip of the week should give you a little bit of creative juices for your specific website and help you to really turn your membership directory into a content powerhouse. So let's first discuss why your members should contribute content to your website. I'm sure most of you know by now that when you're setting up your membership plans, you can configure settings to allow your members to publish certain types of posts on your website. A lot of the times, for general accounts, you probably don't want them publishing any content on your site. But for some of your premium members, you might want to allow them that option. So why should you let your members contribute content to your site? First reason is that it will increase engagement as well as consumption on your site. And higher engagement can lead to greater member retention. We've already got the members registered on our site, but we want to make sure we keep them engaged and keep them active. That way we can retain them as a member long-term. We don't want to have them sign up and then kind of just leave them out on their own, where eventually they might end up canceling if they're not getting continuous value out of our site. So by allowing them to contribute, not only will it allow other members to have more content to consume, but the members that are contributing content should have higher engagement, and we should be able to retain them a little bit better. Secondly, it will provide increased value to our community by providing them with additional information and content that they can't get from other sources. So if we're already providing content to our members by ourselves, we can kind of supplement our unique content with unique content from the members in our community as well. Third is that it can provide improved results for our members. It can increase the chances that they'll get a positive outcome out of our website, and they'll reward us with their loyalty. Again, this goes back to a member retention. As long as they're getting something out of our website continuously, they'll be more than happy to stick with us. But if they stop getting anything out of our site, then there won't be a reason for them to continue paying for their membership. So we want to make sure they're continuously getting value out of what we're providing them. The fourth one is that it puts less pressure on us to create new content. Creating content isn't always easy. It takes some time, especially if you're just getting into the swing of things. So by allowing our members to contribute content as well, it kind of helps spread the load a little bit, take some of the pressure off of us. And of course, when members contribute their own content, you could always put that through some sort of moderation process as well. You don't necessarily need to allow them to just immediately publish content live on your site on their own. If you want, you can have them submit content to you, or just remove the ability for them to publish the content live on your site. This way, they can at least save events, whatever content they may be contributing to your site. They can save it, but then it'll be up to you to moderate them, approve them. Maybe you want to adjust some grammar or just make sure that that the content's appropriate for your audience. And then fifth, probably the most obvious benefit is that by having our members contribute additional content to our sites, it does improve our website's overall SEO, search engine optimization, by creating more pages for search engines to index and having potentially more opportunities for new people browsing the internet to find our website. So an important question then is, well, how do we ask our members to actually contribute content to our website? There's a lot of ways you could go about this. It doesn't necessarily depend on who your target audience is or who, what specific niche you're targeting is. But there's a few ways you can go about it, and you can best judge that for yourself based on who your members are, how they interact with your website, with yourself, and with others in your community. But a few ideas are that you could send a quarterly email to all of your members looking for new content contributors. You could also, in one of your welcome emails to your new members, you could mention that you're always open to having or to publishing community content. And so if the new members have any content that they would like to be published on our website, then feel free to send that our way, and we'll be more than happy to publish it for them. You could also post a message in your members dashboard area. There's an option for the membership plans where you can put in some custom information and content that will display to members in their dashboard area when they're logging in.
And let's take a look at that real quick, David. I know we've covered this in other webinars, but you can put messages and information on the members dashboard. Let me show you what we're referring to here real quick. I think this is one of the most underutilized features, but let's show you guys how to do it since it's pretty important. So let's log in as a member here. This member is a premium plan top contributor. So we're logged into Jason Bourne's dashboard here as an example. So what you can do is there's an entire section when you're editing the membership plan called Members Dashboard. And if you scroll down just past the settings, there is an area called Custom Dashboard Content. And you can use a custom widget. Most of us will probably just use the text editor, but we could put any type of information or instructions or messaging here on how to best complete your profile or how to engage with the website and get the most out of the website. So it's a great place to put a welcome message. If you haven't already done so, you can put quick links here to other areas they should visit on your website now they're a member, or things they should do or can do or publish. So it's under custom dashboard content, and just toggle the use text editor option here to start adding welcome messages or instructions or information within the members dashboard homepage.
And going along with that, you can also explain to your new members how easy it is to publish content. You could do this a couple different ways. Again, you could do it in one of your welcome emails. Maybe you want to have a how-to page on your website where you explain how to get the most out of your website and the different member benefits that you provide to your members. Or another option, which we've also covered in previous webinars, is again utilizing that custom dashboard content. You could create a little screen share video, really simple, and just embed it there. That way, as soon as members log in, they see a video showing them exactly how to publish content on the website. So there's a few different ways you could go about that. And another way is by showcasing some of your members who have already contributed content to your website. You could either feature them or their content, and that might pique some of your other members' interest, and they might reach out to you and wonder how they can get their profiles or their content featured as well. And you could always put a little footnote in some of the members' content as well, saying that you're open to other content.
And David, I think we should take one step back for everyone here. So when your members contribute content, they could do so in a number of different ways. One of them is more likely is publishing posts on your site. So you can ask members to publish events, coupons, job listings, articles. However, your members might not have events or job listings, or don't have time to write long form or long-winded articles. This is kind of why the discussions post type was created. It seems a bit easier to have your members ask and answer questions. So have like a questions and answers discussion area. That's especially when you're industry specific. Fellow industry colleagues might have questions for each other, and it could be private or public content. Maybe you have to be a member to view these discussions. And also, just to take another step back, a lot of people have enabled all the post types on their site. You ask, members can publish classifieds, job, everything I said, like 10 different things. Maybe you want to cut it back to maybe 1 or 2 things. And that way you can focus and drive your energy towards members really participating and contributing 1 or 2 different post types to your site. We'll stick with the discussions example, or maybe photo albums and things like that. So if you can also simplify the type of content you're asking your members to publish, one, you'll fill up those areas of your site a whole lot faster, because now all your members are focusing their energy on adding posts in those channels. But also you won't be spreading content thin. Again, you'll be empowering one post type channel on your site to get filled with content by your members. And once one of those are going, maybe later on introduce a new post type to your site, maybe unlock events at that point, and then do a rush to try to get members to start utilizing the events post type on your site. So the pro tip there is simplify your post type offerings and what you're asking members to publish on your site, especially in the beginning stages. The more we can focus members on 1 or 2 tasks or things we want them to do daily or weekly on the site, the higher chances that, one, those areas will get filled up on your site and seem seasoned and get populated faster. But you're really telling your members, like, do this on my site, on the website, and you can expect that to get this out of it. So simplify the post type offerings that you're making available to your members.
Great tips. And one last thing before we move on to this next slide here is we did have a previous blog article called 3 Proven Ways to Turn Your Membership Website into a Content Publishing Powerhouse. We'll go ahead and post the link for that in the chat here. If you wanted just to find some kind of generic email or even phone email templates and a phone script, if you wanted to reach out personally to some of your top members and ask them if they'd like to contribute content to your website, this might help get some ideas going for you. It shows how to reach out to potential members, to existing members, and also if you wanted to pick up the phone and call some of your top performing members and ask them that way, we've got some ideas there for you.
Hi, is Bill there? Hi, Bill. This is John calling from localwebsite.com. So it's all done for you here, huh, David?
Exactly. All right. So now we need to let our members know what they can expect to receive in return if they do want to contribute content to our website. A lot of time our members are just as busy as we are, and so they might not always have the time to dedicate to creating content for our website. So some benefits and perks that we might be able to offer them would be, one, obviously the greater visibility and credibility within our target industry for the member if they're publishing high quality and consistent content on our website. It also has the potential to attract more business or clients to them, assuming they're they have a business profile on our site. Even something as simple as maybe a yoga focused website. If we have yoga instructors or studios as members on our website, they can publish videos, articles, yoga tips, and they can publish all that content on our website, and that can help attract more business to them that way. We can also or it will also, one option is that we can provide these members with a discounted membership rate if we really want to encourage them to publish content, and maybe they need a little prodding to help get them going. Having a discounted membership rate is a great way to get that going. Another one is that we can recognize that they're contributing a lot to our website and to our community by providing them with a top contributor badge on their profile. We'll touch on this a little bit more later on in the presentation here, but that will be a great way to really show website visitors and the rest of our community, the rest of our members, that specific members are really doing a great job contributing to our community and trying to improve the experience for everybody.
I think that's between the last slide and this one. It's basically why should they contribute content and participate on your site, and then the benefits they can get out of that. Sorry, let me repeat that. What to do and what they will get out of it is what we need to explain, because people respond to motivations and incentives. So they don't have to be over the top incentives. Again, just some recognition can go a long way within your community. Giving them a top contributor badge or label might be enough to get a good handful of people to engage and participate more on your site.
And so continuing on with that, let's talk about a few ways that we can actually highlight these top contributors and their contributions to our community. So the first one would be those member profile badges. You could repurpose one of them. Let's say maybe you want to repurpose the verified badge as a top contributor badge. You can make your own unique badge for that, or you can find one online, an icon for it, and upload it. And then this way, anytime somebody comes to their profile, they'll see that badge and they'll see that they're a top contributor. They can scroll down to the content area on their profile where they can see all the content that they've published on the website. The other way is that we can highlight these contributors in search results with the Highlight Member Results add-on. This is done on a per membership level basis. So maybe you'd want to put all of your top contributors into their own membership plan. Again, maybe this is a discounted plan specific for top contributors as a little reward for contributing so much content to the site. But with this add-on, you could put a little message above their profiles in search results that say top contributor, and put a little box around them so they're highlighted that way. Another way is that you could feature their posts on your homepage, as well as pinning them at the top of search results. This way, they get more attention than maybe the content that we're publishing. And maybe you want to do that for a certain period of time. Maybe you want to feature their posts for a week, 2 weeks, a month, or indefinitely, as long as people are getting use out of them. And then lastly, you can always link to their content in your newsletters, or specifically give them a shout out in your newsletter, just letting the community know that they've really been a massive contributor to the community in the last month, or however long it's been since the last newsletter. And by providing them with a little highlight, a little feature in your newsletter, that might encourage other members to start contributing content as well, in the hopes that maybe in the next newsletter you'll feature them.
Yeah, I think in that case it's like a lead by example. One member is getting showcased because of their participation, and you can explicitly say, like, want to be featured in our next newsletter. Like, okay, these are 3 things you can do to get featured in one of our upcoming newsletters, or on the sidebar of our site with a banner ad or something like that. I think the key here is you can get crafty with this on how you want to highlight top contributors. You can even share them in your social media posts, or in your Facebook group if you have one, or LinkedIn group if you have one. So there's lots of ways you can highlight, give shout outs, give props and things like that to your top contributors. The next slide here is, let's see a top contributor profile. But David, what I'd like to do is actually go to the previous slide and kind of go step by step and show everyone the examples of what you listed in this previous slide here. All right, so the first one is use the member profile badges to give participating members a unique top contributor badge. So David had mentioned, oh, you can create an alternate membership plan and give the top contributors their own specialized badge. On this demo site here, this is just a sample site. What I did is, let's see if I can put this in some alphabetical order. So we had a regular premium plan. And what I did is I cloned it. I just used the clone tool. So everything's the same, the pricing and everything. And I called it Premium Plan Top Contributor. And what I did on this plan is I used the member badges add-on. Let me just go there real quick, share a link to that. And you could do these without add-ons as well, but this makes it really easy, much easier to do it. So the member listing badges add-on allow you to add specialized badges on a per membership level basis, and these badges will show on their profiles. Just pop this in the chat. So if we go to the premium plan contributor, and let's edit this. And I believe it's under search visibility. When you have the add-on enabled, no, I think it's profile page. Here we go. When you have that add-on enabled, you can have a profile page badge. You can have a badge in the search results. Let's add one on the profile page here. We'll do the happy face. That's a fun one. And we'll go ahead and save the changes. And I think this is sample member here has the badge. So we can see here, this member actually has two badges. One says the membership plan, premium plan top contributor, and then we've the ability to verify members, like and then mark them as verified. A lot of people repurpose that, and one thing you can repurpose the verified to is someone being a top contributor. So in this case, we've assigned a badge for the membership plan this member is part of. And then also we've verified them as a top contributor. And these are just text labels where I wrote top contributor here and this member is a top contributor. Let me actually show you guys where you can edit that. I think it's worth it in this conversation we're having here. So first, we set this member as what we call verified. So let's go to the search members area and show everyone how to manually, quote unquote, verify a member. So under quick edit, under listing settings for a specific member, you're doing quick edit. Everyone should have this. Is this member verified? Yes. Okay, so now they're verified. And then what you can do is in your general settings is choose what the icon is going to be when a member is verified. Again, this is a feature that's available to everyone. So under brand images, let me just hard refresh this. It's an old image there. So under brand images, we have this little ribbon with a seal on it for the verified member icon. So any members on the site that I'm going to set as verified, they're going to get this badge on their profile page. And we also saw here when you hover over it, it says top contributor, and that's a text label. So if we go to settings, text labels, I'll just search for top contributor. It used to say verified, but you can see here, and actually I'm going to share all three of these. This is what it says in the search results, and this is what it says on their profile page when you hover over the badge title and the badge content. I'm going to paste all three of these text labels in here, so making it easy for you guys to, I think it's going to make me press enter each time. Verified badge title, content, and the search results. And I'll show you the search results one in a second. So in this case, we wrote top contributor. This member is a top contributor, top contributor. So we can change this to say like super all-star. Right? Doesn't have to be verified, but by default, it's quote unquote verifying a member. So now the title is going to say super all-star. Let's take a look at this. And if we hover over here, there it says super all-star. This member is a top contributor. And let's look at the search results here. we can see here, this is what normally says verified. So if a member is verified, they have kind of this green check mark here. Here it says top contributor, because that's still what's showing here, top contributor. Let's also change that to Super All-Star and save the changes. So again, just repurposing the verified tool that's built into the site and just calling it something else. The next thing here on the list, David mentioned highlighting the contributors in the search results with the highlight member search results add-on. Also a really cool add-on, and we'll show you what that does, guys. Let's go back here and we'll search. Oh, it's right here at the top. And we can all see what it does. It'll basically wrap the member, those members of that membership plan with a color in the search results. So let's see what we've done in this case. So a couple things. If you're not going to wrap them, what you can do is show the members at the top of the search results. And that's done in the search results priority of the membership plan. So this is, again, this is more of a crash course on also how to bubble certain members to the top of the search results. So the premium plan top contributor, I set the search priority to 0. That's like the highest that it can be. And then after that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the premium plan and the silver plan are set to 1. You can make them equal, you can change it, but in this case, the premium plan top contributor, that one guy who's this member, will always show at the top of the search results because their search priority is set to 0, which means show them at the top. So under search visibility, we can scroll down here. Here's the search results priority, set that to 0. And if we scroll down with the highlight member profiles, we can see here, we can actually build out how we want to wrap these members' profiles. So what do we call it? Top contributor. You know, whatever you want it to say. And you can change the color. And you can just give them a little bit more of a highlight on your site. And if you do this for certain members, whatever you're calling it, it doesn't have to be top contributor. It could be a superstar, member spotlight. This will actually just give them a little more visibility on the site because they're more obvious to point out in the search results here. So let's just save the changes here and see those changes. There we go, top contributor. So that's pretty cool and awesome. And he's a super all-star as well. So this guy is a super all-star top contributor. All right, and then David was mentioning feature their posts on your homepage or pin them to the top of your search results. So if you guys remember, this search results priority can actually not only show them at the top of their member search results, but actually if you're looking at events or jobs or coupons or articles that all your members have contributed, you can tell the system, sort them by search results priority. So based on this number, those posts will also show in the search results. So it's super cool. Let me show you that one first, guys. So edit post settings. So again, giving their content kind of preferred visibility on your site. So let's say it's questions and answers. Let me go to edit here. So this one we're going to do a few multiple clicks. But under search results design, we scroll down to the additional settings. This is what we're looking at. Respect membership plan search priority. So if this is set to yes, not only will these posts in this example order results by date posted, it will also first put all the members who, based on their search results priority, in that order. So this can help all your premium members have their content show above the lower tiered members' content when it comes to things like events, jobs, articles, all those different post types. So a really cool setting there that's available for everyone. And then, of course, we do have the add-on as well to pin featured posts to the top of the search results. Let me show you guys that one if I can find my bearings here for, let me go back to the BD site. So pin featured posts. Let me share the link here. So with the pin featured posts, what you can actually do is under my content, manage posts. And this is really cool because if somebody has an event and they want it sponsored on your site, you can actually create a digital product, sell a post sponsorship for 5 days, 10 days, whatever you want to call it. So you can actually pin post to the top of the results. And when you're looking at manage posts, this is basically all the content you or your members have published. Let's take a look at coupons here. So 70% off chicken wings. You can set this as featured, and as long as it's part of a search that was done for coupons, it'll show at the top of the coupons search results page. And you can also set an expiration date, so it'll automatically unset itself as a pin or featured post on a certain date. So that's another way you can feature them. And then lastly, and I know this is a mouthful, but it's important for you guys to know that this stuff exists. This is available for everyone by default. When you are streaming content on your homepage, so under select content to display, and let's say we're streaming, let's say coupons as an example. Again, we'll stick with that. So stream coupons. When you're choosing to stream content post types such as coupons, blog articles, events, you can actually choose which membership levels should show, whose posts should show on the homepage. You can choose to include posts from members in these plans only. So we can choose to only do the premium plan top contributors if we wanted to. And the streaming coupons will only be from the premium plan top contributor members. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you want to showcase posts from your top contributors, but maybe you're highlighting posts on your homepage from your premium members, or something on a higher tiered plan where their posts will be showcased on the homepage for a period of time. So include posts from members in this plan. This is also a good way if your site is if only the admin of the site is contributing content to the site. This is a good way to, or you just want your admin's content, the owner of the website's content. Maybe you have a membership plan for that member. You can choose that only theirs will display on the homepage in the streaming section. I think that's it. Any other ideas here, David? Maybe we can unmute some microphones and take some questions about this. If you want to raise your hand, guys, we can take some questions there. I know a lot to digest. Got our good friend, Jeff. Franco, I'll get to you in a moment as well. How you doing, Jeff?
Good, thanks.
Well,
Can you hear me?
Can hear you loud and clear. How's everything there in Aussie land?
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. Just on that priority search function, on the individual members in the quick edit menu, there is a priority there. That's changed just lately. We used to put a number of people in the #1 priority point, and they would come up on the front page in rotation on a streaming widget. Now you can only put one at a time in a position.
Yes. So yes.
So if you've got 1,000 in one category that's featured on the front page, you can't expect it to go into each one and actually put them in a position. You wouldn't know where that position would be.
So I think by default it only supports up to 24 options. Let me see here. Stream feature. So featured members are handpicked by you.
Yes.
So I believe the results limit is 24 by default. So you would only need to choose from 24 positions and 24 members on who should be in which position.
What we've done is use that as a way to give certain members priority, even though they were in the one membership plan. And now we've got a problem. We've got to clean them out. There's thousands of them in #1 position over the period of time. That's another problem I have to deal with, pulling them all out. But now that really doesn't give us an opportunity to put 2 or 3 members as a priority to actually rotate on the front page.
So you can choose random order if you want to rotate the members. But as far as the logic, it's been improved actually. Before, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but actually before it was broken and now it's fixed with this, where you just choose one position per person to be featured, to be a featured member.
So if you put random as a featured member, streaming member, and he has a priority of 1, would he come up on the top all the time?
So for the featured members, the search priority wouldn't matter because you're handpicking specifically up to 24 featured members and the position they should show in as featured members. So the search priority isn't going to be taken into account here, because this is a manual area for you, the admin, to manually position up to 24 members on the homepage.
Yeah, I understand that, but if you put random here, featured members in the streaming widget,
it will be random, the order for every visitor of the site.
And they've got a priority order of number 1. Would that come in? Which has priority? I'm trying to say the random or the. So
you choose. So let's say you choose the 1 through 24. Do you want that to be? Do you want the members to be ascending 1 through 24? So it would go from 1 to 24. Descending, so it would start with the 24 position, go down to 1. Or do you want everyone to just be jumbled up every time the page is reloaded? That would be random.
Right, I understand. Do you know where? I'd probably have to go to support to find out where I can go to the database and actually clean all those out, because I've got 1,000 or so.
They're all set to number 1, you're saying?
Yes.
That was what was fixed. Yeah, email support, they might have a quick way to do that. What you can do, Jeff, is you have everyone set to number 1. What you can do is go ahead and start. I don't know how many people are you showcasing on your site as featured on the homepage?
Oh, about 12 of them.
12 of them. So go choose the 12 you want and mark them from 24 and down, and then choose the order of descending or ascending, or sorry, not ascending, descending, and that will be your 12 people on the homepage.
Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jeff. All right, and good question there about showcasing members. Let's go to our friend Franco here. Looks like you're self-muted there, Franco. All right, there we go. How are you, Franco?
All right, yes. Oh, sorry, I get a lot of feedback. Can you hear me?
I'll talk quietly. How are things in South Africa?
It's okay, thank you. I hope things are well with you guys as well.
Yes, thank you. We're in Los Angeles. So what's your question for us today?
Okay, it's not really related to the stuff that you spoke about now.
That's okay.
But I've got a question that I did ask support, but they didn't really seem to understand what my problem is. Would you mind going to the demo Bootstrap website?
Certainly. All right. We are here.
Okay. Come on. Scroll down a little bit, please.
Okay.
Okay, stop there. No, a little bit up so you can see the search bar, but don't go to the top of the site.
The search bar?
There, the search block. Yes, leave it there. Just like that. Thank you. Okay, in the block where it says, what do you need? Start typing accountant or something like that.
So a top level category. Oh, here.
Okay, now go and click on accountants at the bottom.
Okay. And it's filled
it jumps up to the top.
Okay. Yes.
And I want that not to happen. Because especially on a smaller screen or on your mobile phone,
okay,
if you click
that's a good point. Yeah. So when clicking on auto suggest, screen scrolls back to top, should stay on the same level. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, basically it should just stay there. Because it's not on all
Absolutely.
the search boxes, it's only on the one that says what do you need.
Yeah, the keyword when clicking on it's a keyword auto suggest. Okay. No, that's a good one. Thank you for that. I'll definitely mention that to the team. I guess that's hard to explain when you got to see it happen. Okay.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Then I've got a suggestion in terms of what you said about manipulating the badges.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be possible to just add one or two more badge options?
To where? Well, each membership plan can have a badge.
Now, what I mean is instead of manipulating, for example, the verified badge,
Yes.
just add another thing at the back end that says, okay, this is a top contributor badge.
True. True. It's good. How many should we add though? That would be the question. How many more should we add?
I don't know, add 5 and give us the option of choosing 3 or something like that.
Gotcha. All right.
Just an idea.
I do like,
Instead of us-
yeah, no, I do like it. Some more explicit, some badge options. Okay. And you actually, yes. Okay. More explicit badge options. Okay.
And even there where you said superstar on that little green thingy with a tick arrow,
Yes.
the same there. Give us 1 or 2 or 3 extra options of that. That's
Here, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you. Well, let's see what we can do. We'll keep something reasonable. We don't want to have too many settings, but something reasonable. Okay. Thank you for
Okay,
that.
cool. And tonight's webinar was really informative. The
Thank
stuff
you.
that you did the last 20 minutes about showing us exactly where to go, that's brilliant.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Franco.
Okay, that's all. Thanks, guys.
Cheers. All right. Good suggestions from Franco there. Thank you very much. Yeah, I know this webinar had a mouthful, but hopefully some good takeaways. All right, we got our good friend Steven here trying to unmute your mic. Looks like you're self-muted, Steven.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can't hear you. How are you? Where are you calling from?
Outside of Chicago. Oh, great. Thank you very much for taking my phone call.
Sure.
I hope you're all doing great in LA.
Likewise. Thank you.
Yeah. Could you please go to d20-global.com?
The letter D20?
-global, exactly. Direct
let's
to the owner. I tried going through supports, they're excellent, but I went through 2 of them and they must think I'm crazy by now. So I think it's very simple. I don't understand why. All right, now here, just click on the global search, the search for everything. Did you click on it?
Yeah, it's coming up right now. There we go. Okay.
Click on the events.
Okay.
Now, look at the one that down here that says to test March 18th. Now, if you click on that one, now I built this one on, well, I guess the 18th, right there, 235, and I had it set in the form to last for 3 days. Now, if you do this with like property sales or classifieds, there's no dates involved. Hey, it works perfect. Jobs, there's a small problem also. But here, why is this event still going on? Now, okay, before you say anything, as the user, I wanted my event to go on forever. So I go and I say I want it to go on into April, even though this is, I wanted to see what would happen considering the event kept going past the 3 days.
Well, let's take a look at the event together. Let's log in as this sample member and look at that event right here. The recurring event stuff, it's sometimes just even hard for me to wrap my head around it too, but let's take a look at it together. One is some of the logistics. 2 is everyone kind of has an idea of how it should work. So start date is 3/19.
Yes, but back up your questions, right? 1 second here. Now,
Okay.
as the owner of the website, I made it I wanted to make this 30 days, 60 days. It doesn't matter. 3-day test. So I wanted this to last 3 days, regardless of what this character puts in, that's not important. What's important is I wanted this to last 3 days. When he says pay, it goes 1, 2, 3 and stops. Now he could always, well, I wanted to see, can he, I guess, clone it, but I wanted to see if he could add more money and go longer, but that doesn't work, I guess. However, this event has never canceled. It's kept going. All right, I'll shut up.
No, it's okay. So the users choose the end date. I understand what you're saying. Like let's use a classified listing. You can publish a classified and it'll be public on the site for 30 days. After 30 days, it's automatically canceled as a listing. It's not a public listing on the site anymore, or it's not going to be found in the search results. So you're kind of wanting to emulate that with the events, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
just give me.
I don't want these problems.
No, so this is what it is. So the event itself, it has a start date of March 19th, and the event should recur daily. Like the event is going on daily until April 30th. However, you, the website owner, want this to only be public for a certain amount of days. It sounds like you want an extra field beyond the members' end date that they added here, like the event's going on.
Wait. I don't want any extra fields. I want control of the website. You know, if I say this is going to be a 3-day post feature, it's going to be a 3-day post feature, regardless of what these knuckleheads write on their form, how long they want it to last. Mine should overrule them. However, I'm willing to move past and make this just a free, endless thing to solve my problem, but it just didn't seem right. Now, I guess it is. You understand the situation?
I get this situation. You as the website owner, this is a post. You only want it to be posted for a certain amount of days. The end date or the information of the event is that has nothing to do with you, the website owner, only wanting this posted online for X amount of days. So there's no default feature for that. By default, you can manually come to your site and, you know, I hate to say it. Yeah, that's not going to work. Maybe
I can live without it. Okay, now that you told me this is the deal, I won't bother support anymore about it. And, thank you so much.
But what I would recommend is maybe ask in the Facebook group this question, and maybe someone has come up with an elegant or simple solution for that. So you might want to post the question in the Facebook group and see if anyone's done something similar, Stephen.
Yeah, I think giving it away for free is a much better marketing ploy, and it solves the problem right now. Okay,
gotcha.
But I always go to Facebook. I love it. I love Facebook and servicing.
All right. Thank you, Stephen.
Hey, can I ask you one last question?
Quick one. Go ahead. We got hands up. Go for it.
Forget it. I understand. Take it easy.
All right, buddy. All right, good stuff there from Stephen. Yeah, you know, sometimes the recurring event stuff is even, but I understand what he's saying. He wants an explicit, this post should only stay online for X amount of days. Yeah, that isn't there, part of that right now. All right, we got a good friend, Sujit. Sujit, how are you? Unmuted your microphone, Sujit.
Hey, Jason, how are you today?
Very good. Did I mispronounce your name?
No, it's right. It's right.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I love working with your platform. So just a quick question.
Sure.
How do I allow directory members who are not sub-accounts to link their workplace, which is within the directory itself?
Okay. How do you, so professional members, you want them to link to another profile that represents the company's
Their business. Yes, correct.
Okay. And let me ask you a question. The company profile, do they have the sub-accounts feature? Do they have people, are they actively creating professionals within their account underneath them?
Yeah, some do, some don't. So I'm trying to separate that. So the professionals, if they want to create accounts separately, they can. And I want them to link their workplace on their profile. So my website is financelocal.com.au.
All right, let's take a look together real quick. I might have a workaround for you. Okay. I understand what you're saying. And then also you don't want any member to just link themselves to a company profile. There has to be some kind of a moderation. Otherwise,
I'm happy to manually moderate for now. I mean,
okay. So you could do a couple things. Let me go to the demo Bootstrap site. Actually, it would be here. Just a moment here. Okay, so let's log in as this member here, sample member. What you could do is in the dashboard here,
yeah.
you can just have them contact you. Would you like to link your profile to a company, on the website?
Okay. Right.
And they can just send you the easiest thing is they just send you a message saying link me to this company, and then you can go manually make them a sub account of that company, and then they'll be linked to it, kind of. Or
so that means the company gets control of the professional. I'm trying to separate that, the professional. I mean,
okay, then you could do something else if they want to be connected to a company, but you still want to keep the accounts totally separate. Let me go to the quick edit. You do have other inputs here. For example, you do have a field called internal admin notes. Okay.
Yeah.
So this does require a little customization here, but you could use this field to put the link to the company's profile page, and then you can display this field on their profile page.
So will it come as a website link, or will it come? Will it come as the name of the company?
I think we can make it a website link. Do you want me to show you how?
No, the name of the company. So let's say Paul works with XYZ company. I wanted to show us XYZ company. When people click on XYZ company, it shows the profile of XYZ company.
The plain text field. Basically, you can utilize this field. Let me think. It's just a little, I wish if you ask it, again, I'm going to say in the Facebook group, it's going to take 10 minutes, but I can show you how to do it if you ask it in the Facebook group.
Okay.
I don't want to do the 10 minutes on the webinar, but ask it in the Facebook group, and I'll show you exactly what to do, and you could just use that process for your entire enterprise, the whole website.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. Okay. Good question there. Good questions here. All right. We got our good friend, Robert. How you doing, Robert?
Hi, good, thank you. Can you hear me?
Can hear you perfectly, actually.
Oh,
yeah.
Great. I'm really happy to see what you've done with the forms upgrades. That helps a lot to be able to see the preview, as you're editing.
Great.
And yeah, it's because that was kind of my main thing. Now, I want to take you to my site. I've got a question about, I'm using my name. It's rldruse.com. The reason I'm using my name is I've surveyed family members and everything with all these different names, and they said, no, use your name. But anyway, let me know when you get there.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. And then what this is, it's obviously you can see it's for finding loads for, and carrier board was the other name, if you see how it popped up there. Is okay over at the top where it says load board. You see that on the, and then you got, okay, click on the post loads, click on that. Okay, this is an outside form company. We can see who they are. Mm-hmm. And when they, right, which I really like. Now, if you, complete that form, it automatically posts to, now go back to my site. It posts to load board. Just click load board. Load there.
Great little integration there. Okay.
Yeah, and actually really good. I just got, when you were showing us how to member profiles, I could actually put the link at the top of at the header of each individual's dashboard too, for certain members, and they could get an edited version of this here. I know how to do that.
This is an embed code provided by JotCode by JotForm.
This is, yeah, they have it either an embedded code. They have a whole bunch of options. They also have a link, which might help better because it takes you kind of to their platform out of your site, out of my site,
Gotcha.
just in case, you know, storage became an issue or whatever. Okay, now if you click on the load, but click on the scroll down right under load board where it says tables. Load table, right? This is something I created manually, and my basic question is there any kind of form that would fill out, that would populate this table here? Then I wouldn't even have to use JotForm, because that's a whole, you know, they do premium plans there and all that. So does that make sense, my question?
Yes. So you're asking for a custom form you create.
Right.
You want a method to display all the submission results.
Yes.
Results on the public site.
Yeah,
to
and it
embed,
doesn't.
to display / embed all the submission results on the public site. Again, it's not a good day for this, but there isn't a default way to do that. But that is not actually far-fetched, and I do see the value of that.
Yeah. Well, it's like if,
well, no, because we do have this new, you know, the copy shortcode button.
Right, I saw that. That's great, also.
Which is good. That's for like where you want people to fill out the form. It wouldn't be far-fetched to have like like embed results option, right? Or embed the table of the results. So there isn't anything right now, Robert, but it's interesting. It's an interesting idea.
Okay.
Don't know how much it's going to be needed, but it is interesting, at least to me.
What I've done in the past, is filled out like just a job, you know, a job form, you know, and then of course, it goes under the submissions, you know, like under on the home page, you know, job postings and things like that. I've played around with it. So if I do change my domain back to carrier board, how does the email, because do I lose everything that's in my email?
I don't think you'll. Well, where are you accessing your email right now?
Right here, in your email.
Let me just see. We have my good friend and the other co-founder Matthew Brooks on the line here. Let me ask him about that.
Okay. Does it say if it did, I can always just save everything, and my site's still got a lot of work to be done here.
Let me try to unmute Matthew here. I don't know if he's available or not. There we go. Hey, Matthew.
Hey, Jason.
All right. Did you hear Robert's question there?
I did hear Robert's question.
Okay. All right. So he's wondering if he changes his domain name, what's going to happen with his squirrel mail or webmail through our system?
Well, if you change your domain name, you'll still have access to your squirrel mail, but no new email will go into there. So what you'll probably want to do at that point is use an email application, either on your computer or on your phone. And within cPanel, there's some options in order to get the settings. And you can click a button and it will pretty much auto configure your email client, whether it's on your phone or on your computer. Yeah, and you just want to do that first before you move the domain name. And then once you move the domain name and you set up your own mail there, you'll just want to make sure that you update the settings. And then what it should do is continue to bring in the new mail from the new mail server that you've set up.
Okay. And I can figure that out myself, kind of going into the you know, the whatever you call it thing.
Yeah, I think like we have an article, Connect Outlook. So let me just Google it. Let me just see real quick. Here we go. I think this is it. How to set up a third-party email here. Yeah, this goes through it. Let me send this in the chat here, Robert, for you.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
All right. I'm going to send this in the chat here, Robert. Thank you for your questions. And Matt, thank you for chiming in there as well.
You're very welcome, Jason.
All right. Let's see if we got any more hands up here. We got a good friend, Ryan. How you doing, Ryan? Looks like you're self-muted there, Ryan.
There we go.
Right,
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good, good.
So I just wanted to jump in just with a couple more additional things from the list application to spit out the list on a form. Just that that comes up all the time, to be honest. You said you didn't know how much interest it would be. It comes up, for example, the get matched form for leads. For example, instead of using, obviously you can still use your system, but people have asked, hey, can we have a lead form where they fill in the get matched and it just outputs on a table on a form, so somebody can just go look at all of the submissions and just go grab it themselves from a page instead of having to go through the system or rely on that. They can just kind of browse the list of the latest requests, basically. And again, that would just be outputting that particular form. It doesn't have to be the get match form. It could be another form.
Right.
We've had people that are doing a service maybe for a niche group that want to do like a donations list or what they're bringing or providing for something, and people can submit a form and then spit out the list on a page, and they can see what everybody else is bringing or donating or whatever, so they don't kind of bring or donate or whatever whatever the form is, a duplicate, because they just spits it out on the list. So that's just a couple off the top of my head. I know there's been several other instances where people want to just see an output of a form table visible for everybody, but it's kind of stuck in the inbox, in the admin, for example, etc.
Gotcha. And just generally speaking, sort the newest records at the top if it was going to display. Like show as records come in, they'll go to the top of the table.
Yeah. I mean, especially for leads, obviously the latest leads to read at the top, but
that's great. That's great feedback there. Thank you for that. Yeah, we'll talk to the team about that. It might not be too difficult to get something like that going.
Cool. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, guys, let's see how we're doing on time here. Whoa. We're a little bit over time, but that's okay. If we didn't get to your questions, please ask them in the Facebook group. Thank you so much, David, for putting the tip of the week together, turn regular members into top content contributors. I did ask a couple of you to leave discussions in the Facebook group. Please go ahead and do so. I'll try to get to those soon. And if you're not already a member of the Facebook group, you can go to brilliantdirectories.com/Facebook and join the conversation there. Again, the next webinar will be in 2 weeks. So on behalf of myself, David, and the entire Brilliant Directories family, thank you for joining Webinar Wednesday. Be kind to yourselves, and we will see you in the next one. Have a great day and a brilliant week. Bye-bye.